And let's just roll the shoulders. I'm going to do that a couple times here. So inhaling up and exhaling, shoulders down, the back. Just a couple more times, up and back. Nice deep breaths. And then we'll let the shoulders settle down, and we'll drop the nose just a little bit toward the floor. Just softening the eyes. Keep that breath nice and deep. Breathing down into the belly. Allowing the lungs to expand, the rib cage to expand, back of the body to expand with each inhale. And making the exhale complete, squeezing out the last bit of the exhale. Really connecting with the body, just trying to get a sense of what do I need today? What am I wanting to shift or change in the body? And trying to get a sense for the aspects of that change. What are the qualities? What are the qualities of what is now and what would be balancing? So if you're feeling dry, how would we bring about a connection of oiliness? How do we connect with that? What would that feel like in the body? If you're feeling heavy, how do we bring about a lightness in the body? We're trying to be as specific as we can about what we'd like to change. What are the qualities there? And this is an inquiry that we can keep coming back to, even when we're moving and we're in an asana. We can keep coming back to what are the qualities of the change that I'd like to manifest. Allowing your next exhale to be nice and long and complete. Squeezing at the end of the exhale. And on your inhale, slowly open the eyes. And come back into space. Let's take the hands out to the side. And inhale, palms up. And inhale up. Look up toward the hands. Bring the center of the palms together. On an exhale, we'll draw the hands down at the front of the body. Exhaling down. Maybe bowing the head a bit, watching the hands. On your inhale, we'll take the hands back out. Coming back up. Top of the inhale, the hands come together. We'll look up to the hands. Exhaling, we'll draw the hands down the center of the body. Add a little bit of a bowing here, bowing of the head. So keep doing that. As you inhale up, we'll open the chest, maybe coming into a little bit of a back bend, bringing the hands up and over the head, palms together at the top of the inhale. Exhaling down the center of the spine. Adding a little bit of a bow. So the upper body starting to really move with your motion. Opening the chest on your inhale. Maybe coming into a little bit of a back bend, top your inhale, your hands might start to come over your head a little bit behind. Exhaling down, moving with your breath, bringing a forward back motion in the body. So it's an arching and lifting of the chest on the inhale. And then on your exhale, it's a curling down. A couple more here. Really staying connected with the breath. This will be your last one. On your exhale, we'll just draw the hands down to the center of the heart. Pausing here. Push the hands into each other so you feel some muscular engagement in the arms. And at the same time, to keep that connection, draw your shoulders back. So you're going to start to bring your thumbs to the center of the chest, right at the sternum, and draw the shoulders back and down. So you feel like you have a nice open chest and actively pushing the hands together. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to drop the nose down toward the floor and lengthen the back of the neck. Draw the chin as much as you can toward the chest. And keeping your chin down and the back of the neck long, we're going to take your nose over to look towards your left shoulder. So we're just going to keep the chest in and turn the head toward the left side. So you rotate around. Let's try to keep your head center. So if you think about rotating around the neck, you're just lifting the nose to that side. And then we're going to bring the nose back to center, nice long back of the neck, chin still tucked in. And then rotating around the neck, we're going to lift the nose up toward the other side. And then we'll bring the nose back to center and lift the head. So release the hands now up and over the head, palms together. I want to exhale, I'm going to tip down toward the left side. So I'm going to keep your sit bones down and reach to that side. And on an inhale, we'll come back up to center. And then on an exhale, we're going to tip to the other side. So I'm going to drop down, reaching through the whole left side of the body. Inhale, come on, back up to center. Release the hands down just behind the hips. Let's open the chest up toward the ceiling. So draw your shoulder blades together, down, maybe coming into a back bend, allowing the head to drop back. And on the inhale, we'll come on back up to center. And let's take the hands to the thighs or the hips. I'm going to circle here at the hips. Just moving around, trying to move the upper body, rotating around the hips. So this rotation or the movement aspect, you can think of that as something that's really using Vata energy to help with lubricating the joints. So this is how we bring about oiliness to a dry body in terms of using our yoga practice for grounding that. So these rotational movements, they create heat, they bring proteins and fluid to the joints. And that gives us that oiliness. I'm going to pause here and circle the other way. So oftentimes after travel or even in the fall, you can feel very much a drier body. It gives us a little bit of scatteredness, a little bit of just not feeling quite in line with what's what's happening in our world. So doing things that are rotational, doing things that are flow, that can all be really helpful to find ground. All right, let's come on back to center. We're going to extend the legs out now. And toes up toward the ceiling. Coming into staff pose. So legs are straight, shoulders are back and down, heads in line with the shoulders and the hips. Let's take the arms up over the head now, palms toward each other, elbows straight, and just noticing if that throws the upper body off in alignment. You can find the center of the back. If we can find an alignment where we feel like we're balancing on the sit bones. And then if you think about taking your tailbone in the direction behind you, lengthening out the back of the legs, just going to lead with the chest just a little bit here to come forward. So try to keep the arms by the ears, try to lead with the chest, abdominals pulling in, tailbone starting to move behind. You might start to feel the back of the legs lengthening out. And keeping your chest forward, you're going to take your left hand down to the outside of your right leg. So I'm going to come into a twist, just the left hand down to the outside. Now let's open the chest toward the right side. You can draw your left arm back behind as much as it wants to go. You can push into your right leg, leverage against that to turn and twist, opening the whole side of the body. Inhale, unwind, bringing the arms back up over the head. Then let's twist the other way. So actually, we'll kind of come forward first. So coming forward, chest forward, we're bringing now your right hand down to your outside of your left leg. Twist and turn here. So you're slightly forward towards your feet and then opening out toward the left side, trying to draw that shoulder back. Inhale, we'll come on back up. Hands up and over the head. One last stretch here. Exhale and try to grab your feet. If you can't grab the feet, grab your legs. I'm going to pull here so you can use your hands and arm strength, trying to get your chest a little closer to the legs, try to get your head towards your feet. And then on inhale, we'll come on up and release. Good. Let's come on into, let's do actually downward dog. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. Just kind of feeling out the down dog, keeping the breath flowing in the body. And then let's come forward into plank pose, reaching back through the heels. And on an exhale, elbows in, we'll come down through chaturanga, down onto the floor. And an inhale, cobra pose, pausing here, elbows in, lifting the head and chest. Exhale, coming back down, push into the hands, plank pose. And downward facing dog. And let's take the right foot straight up behind, three-legged downward dog. And keeping your shoulders where they are, we're going to stack the hip, open the hips. So try to take your right hip up and over your left. And then I'm going to bend that right knee and kick it all the way forward, coming up into a warrior one on this side. Connecting with the feet, strong legs, breath flowing. I'm going to come in a revolve side angle pose. We can bring the hands together at the heart, coming forward and twisting. You can hook the elbow to the outside of the knee and start to draw the chest around. Connecting with the legs, the feet, twisting around the spine. On inhale, we're going to unwind back into warrior one. And downward facing dog. Nice big step back. And forward into plank pose. Let's come in the side plank pose on the right. We're roll on out to that side. You can do a half version if you want, or a full version side plank. And then coming on back into plank pose. Or exhale through chaturanga, coming all the way down to the floor. And then either a seal pose or a cobra pose, coming on up. Exhaling, lowering back down. I'm going to push up into plank pose. And downward facing dog. We're going to lift that left foot now, other side, three-legged downward dog. And keeping the shoulders where they are, and lift the hip up and over, opening the hip. And then we'll bend that knee and kick the foot all the way forward, coming into a warrior one on this other side. And then revolve side angle pose and bring the hands together at the heart, lean forward and turning, twisting around the spine. On inhale, coming back into warrior one. And a downward facing dog. And we'll come forward into plank pose. And side plank on the other side. So left hand down, right hand up. And coming back into a plank pose. We'll exhale through chaturanga down to the floor. And inhale either cobra pose or seal pose. Exhale, lowering back down. Push up through plank pose. And back to a downward facing dog. One last breath here. Let's bring the knees down to the mat. We're going to work into camel pose. So if you want to pad your knees, you could do that. Yeah, so you're going to have your toes tucked under or toes flat, your choice. You're going to have your knees under the hips. And let's just start by taking the hands back on the hips by the lumbar spine, fingers down. And draw your shoulders back. Let's just take the hips forward and just start to lift the chest here. See if we can get that length up in the center of the spine. So it's like we're trying to be super tall and then have the hips come forward just a little so that we can start to lean the upper body back. Kind of getting a feel for what your balance or your tolerance is here. And then supporting with abdominals, we'll come on back up. And then let's try to take the right hand down towards your right heel. So you can grab a hold of the heel. And then we'll take your left hand up in a half camel pose. So tailbone comes forward, opening the chest. Allow that left shoulder to drop down. Opening the center of the chest up toward the ceiling. Strong in the legs. So the further back you go, the more the hips have to come forward. And on inhale, abdominals in, we'll come on up. Let's try the other side. So we'll take your left hand to your left heel, hips come forward, and your right arm can come up and over the head, half camel on this side. So the right shoulder drops down toward the floor, center of the chest lifting up toward the ceiling. We'll draw the abdominals in and come on back up. Let's just twist around the spine. Release the back a bit. I'm gonna do one more, so come on back to center. The option here, one is to just have your hands on the back of the legs. The other option is you could have your hands on your heels. So either way, if the hands are on the back of the legs, the shoulders are drawing together and down on the back. And same thing if your hands are all the way back onto your heels. The shoulders are drawing together and down. Either way, the tailbone comes forward, trying to open the center of the chest. Opening the whole front line of the body. Keeping the breath flowing. A couple of breaths here. And then to come out, use the abdominals to come on up. We're going to bring the knees off of the blanket and slowly work our way down into full child's pose. So moving with your back, working with the body. So full child's pose, hands will be back by the feet, and the head will be down on the floor. So allowing the whole back of the body to round. And then on inhale, we'll come on up. All right. Well, let's come back into, actually, let's come on up into downward dog. It's easier to get into from there. Back up to a down dog. Take your left foot forward for pigeon pose. So bringing your left knee up towards your left hand, all the way up toward the left hand. And then rotating at the hip to bring your foot closer to your right hand. Tucking the toes of your back foot, separating the knees. Coming into pigeon pose. You might walk your hands back, puffed up pigeon. And then we're going to walk the hands closer to your left foot. So I'm going to start to turn here. Hands closer to the foot. Yeah, coming into the twist. You're going to bend your back leg and reach back and grab your foot. So you can grab your foot with your right hand. Yeah, starting to pull that foot in any amount here. And then we'll release the back foot, and we're going to work our way back into a down dog. So you can take your time here behind the hips and come on back. And then coming to the other side, coming into pigeon pose, right knee forward up toward the right hand. Foot walks up toward your left hand. Tucking the toes on the back leg to separate the knees. Coming first up into puffed up pigeon. Walking your hands back by the hips. And then I'm going to come into the twist version. So walking your hands closer to your front foot, bending the back leg, reach back and grab that foot or ankle. Starting to pull that foot in. And release that side. We're going to work our way back to a downward facing dog. And from here, let's come into fallen warrior. So you're going to take your left foot and slide it through to the right side. Left foot through to the right side and come on down onto the outer left hip. You're going to straighten out both legs. And then you're going to turn the chest down toward the floor, taking the right hand through to the left side. Maybe coming down on the shoulder or even the head on this side. So you're going to drop the whole upper body toward the floor. On inhale, I'm going to unwind the upper body and bend the knees and then tuck the toes to come on back to a downward facing dog. And we'll come into the other side. So we'll take the right foot through to the left, coming down onto the outer right hip, straightening both legs, and turning now the chest toward the floor, left arm through, and starting to drop the upper body down.
My fallen warrior doesn't want to give up just yet.
Yeah, just breathe with it and see what encouraging we can do with softening, encouraging that warrior to find softness. Yeah, my warrior on the other side was much more relaxed. And that's about the same. So we can work our way out. Work our way back to the last downward dog of today. And then you bring the knees down. I'm going to flip around, come on to the back. Let's start by kicking the feet straight up toward the ceiling. Both feet together. I'm going to wrap the hands around the legs and start to pull your feet over your head. I'm trying to keep the hips down, the back long. You can hold any part of the legs, maybe up by the feet, maybe the back of the calf muscles. And then holding one leg in each hand, let's separate the feet into a V shape. And let's draw the feet together for a Baddha Konasana. Knees go out wide and pulling with the hands, trying to draw the feet in closer. Now let's kick the feet up for a happy baby pose. Reaching up toward the ceiling. Try to draw your knees in towards your shoulders. Connecting again with the body, with the breath. Noticing, what do I need right now? What is, what's the major sensations and what are the minor sensations? We will release the feet, and I'm going to cross the left leg over the right. So bringing your left knee over top of your right, like you're sitting at a table and crossing the legs. Drawing the knees in close to the chest. We're going to roll everything over to the right side of the body. So the knees will come toward the floor, the feet will come toward the floor, but the knees are in close up toward the chest. Everything over to the right. And then from here, I'm going to open the upper body to the left. So try and get the left shoulder down, left arm down. Inhale, come on, back to center. I'm going to switch sides. So right knee stacks on top of left. Drawing both knees in close toward the chest. We'll take everything over to the left side. Knees down, feet down. And as the lower body drops to the left, we'll take the upper body toward the right. Now inhale, come on back to center. And unwind the legs and work your way now to Shavasana, corpse pose. And connecting really with the exhale, the part of the breath that's associated with the parasympathetic nervous system. Letting the exhale take away any tension, any holding in the body. And also letting the exhale take away any holding in the mind. Allowing the brain to rest as well. Connecting your awareness to your whole body. Exploring now to see, how am I? Does anything feel like it's still out of balance? And if so, what are the qualities that would bring it back to balance? If things feel in balance right now, where do the sensations reside in the body? What can you do to maintain that sensation? As you're ready, transitioning from an internal query to connecting with the outside world, you can allow movement to return and slowly work your way to a seated position. Thank you for sharing your yoga practice. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend. I'll see you next time. Namaste.